When Kenny Dillingham said he would activate the Valley in his introductory press conference, he meant every word. Since then, Dillingham has made appearances all across the Valley on several different occasions. Starting less than a week after being hired, he went down to Desert Financial Arena to support the ASU basketball team as they began Pac-12 play. In his first appearance as head coach, Dillingham wasted no time getting his message across, taking center court for a halftime speech, challenging Sun Devil fans to step up their support around the community. Later that month, Dillingham headed just down the road to another new attraction, Mullet Arena. Dropping the puck around the same time he dropped the bomb on the transfer portal, lighting the spark of the fire to come.
Yeah, Kevin, certainly got a good matchup in store here for opening night and a breezy day at Phoenix Muni. We're going to see two veteran arms get the ball, as you just mentioned. Florida State transfer Ross Dunn will be getting it for ASU, and then for San Diego State on the other side, we will be seeing TJ Fontaine. From 1900 until 1983, the Territorial Cup had gone missing until it miraculously resurfaced here in the basement at the First Congressional Church of Tempe. Nobody quite knows how it went missing for so long or why it resurfaced in the basement of a local church, hence why it remains a mystery to this day.
For head coach Zeke Jones, he knows what it takes to find success at the lightweight division. A three-time All-American at 118 pounds for the Sun Devils and a member of the 1988 National Championship team. Now as the head coach of ASU, Jones has consistently produced high-caliber lightweights such as Josh Kramer, Brandon Courtney, and the emerging Richard Figueroa, who has burst onto the college scene this year with 3 wins over top 20 ranked opponents.
The Sun Devils now improved to 8-0 in games when Van Dersen scores or assists on a goal. Herron Douglas's resurgence comes just in time as ASU currently sits at number 19 in the NCAA RPI poll, with the postseason just around the corner.
Jack Coletto is the Swiss Army knife that has been carving up the Devils for years. The Oregon State utility player is one of just 4 finalists for the Paul Hornung Award, which is annually given to the nation's most versatile college football player. His versatility is what has posed such an immense challenge for the Sun Devils on both sides of the football.
The high-tempo play wasn't the only new element to ASU's practices. On Saturday, Dillingham broke out the basketball hoop for a little friendly competition in light of March Madness. And while it all may look like fun and games, there's a strategy behind it all.
Yeah, there's no question that Arizona State's batting lineup has been sensational this year, with a team batting average of over 300 and double-digit hit totals in 6 of their last 8 games. The Sun Devils are among the hottest teams in the Pac-12. One key feature that has made this lineup so lethal is its depth. When it comes to breaking down barriers in the sport of wrestling, Marley Smith stands out among the rest. A tough-minded individual from an early age, Smith has never been afraid to tackle a challenge. From walking on to the Arizona State men's wrestling team to now serving as the girls wrestling coach at Basha High School.
Being at Arizona State and being here at Basha, it's been life-changing. I've had many opportunities, as well as met many people who were great connections. It's kind of brought me to where I want to see myself in my future. I'm so glad that I still have wrestling around me, even though I don't compete anymore.
During her time at ASU, Smith competed in several senior-level competitions while also training with world-class athletes from the local RTC, Sunkist Kids. Her experience as a wrestler has made her a valuable asset to the Basha coaching staff.
Marley has been a tremendous addition to our staff. We established the girls program here. This is our 5th year with the girls. We've built a real big program, a solid program. The girls are really promoting themselves and growing. I really felt it was time to bring in a female coach, but in this new world of girls wrestling, it's hard to find a female coach who knows wrestling. That's why Marley Smith was such a huge addition to our program.
Although women's wrestling is one of the fastest growing sports in America, with over 30,000 high school girl wrestlers across 34 different states, representation among coaches is still an issue. At the collegiate level, there are currently 137 women's wrestling programs. However, only 26 of those programs have a female head coach. This gives Smith a unique opportunity at the high school level to relate and connect with her athletes in a deeper way.
I think it's amazing that we have Marley as our coach as a woman, because we get a closer bond, and that experiencing the wrestling years that I've had with just male coaches hasn't been the same as it has with Marley being our coach.
It's more like a female figure to go to, a mentor, opposed to a man who doesn't really understand everything that we have to go through especially with being women wrestlers. We don't get as much credit as the male wrestlers, and so people think that we are weaker. But with a woman like representing us, it's like a lot better because she understands what we're going through.
Oh, I love her. She's helped a lot. Like, not only her being a girl coach, because like me being a girl, like it's like, you know, she can like come personally like with other things too, but you know, her wrestling at collegiate levels has helped a lot too because she knows a lot, and I'm very thankful for her.
Smith's impact goes far beyond just the mat. With over 400,000 followers on TikTok and nearly 30,000 on Instagram, Smith has been able to leverage her platforms to promote women's wrestling and inspire other young women to pursue their passion.
Whatever I can do to help out, I'm there. But yeah, it's wrestling overall, women's wrestling overall has grown tremendously all over the world these past few years, and it's only going to grow. It's only going to go up from here, and I'm excited to see that.
The Basha Bears women's wrestling team will look to capture their second state title in 3 years and their first under Coach Smith on February 17th and 18th at the Veterans Memorial Coliseum. From Chandler, Blake Niemann, Bronchite Sports. Hi there, everybody. Welcome to this very special edition of Sun Devil Sit Down. Today we have the absolute privilege of speaking with Arizona State University's head athletic director and vice president for University Athletics, Ray Anderson. Ray, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
It is my pleasure, Blake, and it's always a joy for me and inspiring for me when a young whippersnapper, up-and-comer with a lot of aspiration and interest and passion in the work wants to sit down, so I'm happy to have you visit with us.
Well, you were once a young man with aspirations and goals and still do have those goals. Can you just start off by telling me about your journey to getting to this position you're in today?
Well, it's a long journey. You may not know, but I'm 68 years old, so I'm one of the old dogs in the street, in the alley, if you will. So I started out and wanted to be a lawyer, so I did that coming out of Stanford, and then I went to a firm in Atlanta, Georgia, where I was able to do some labor litigation and also do some sports law. Went to a firm in San Francisco, helped co-found a sports law practice in a firm in San Francisco, Heller Ehrman. And then I opened up a West Coast branch for an athlete management firm called Sports Advisors Group out of Boston. And then I started my own company, AR Sports, and ran that for 15, 16 years, and then got recruited to the Atlanta Falcons by Arthur Blank, and I was there for 4 years. And then I got recruited by Commissioner Tagliabue to go to the NFL as the head of football operations, and he resigned. Roger Goodell took over and was there for 8 years. And then got recruited here by President Crow 9 years ago to be the athletic director. So that's kind of my journey here.
And someone who helped pave the way for you to have all those opportunities was Martin Luther King Jr., who is a strong advocate for equality and promoting diversity. What were some of the principles he stood for that you've tried to implement into your profession? Well,
first of all, you have to understand that you have a responsibility to lead. You have a responsibility to try to bring others up with you, to put a hand out and make the way, hopefully, in the path a little more manageable for folks coming after you. So just a community responsibility, and also the fact that when you're African American or when you're a person of color, you have limited opportunities. So when you have it, you got to really take advantage of it and do it the right way. Otherwise, you will be a bad example for those that you would like to inspire. So Dr. King was lead appropriately, lead with honor, lead with ethics and integrity. As much as anything, that's what I got from Dr. King's teachings.
You're one of the 15% of Division I athletic directors who are black. What does it mean to you to have been able to defy the odds and to be in the powerful position you are in today?
It means that you know it's absolutely doable, possible, with hard work and opportunities presented, and then taking advantage of that. And so I'm one who is very optimistic about folks who are desirous of opportunities if they pursue it with the vigor and they come up in environments where folks are open-minded to giving you an opportunity. I believe that is the American way at the end of the day, and I believe in that. So I sit as hopefully as a role model and an example of it can be done, it has been done, and it will be done more regularly in the future is my hope.
Driving to the rack and kicking it out to Miller, misses it off the back of the rim. And Morakotete gets the ball with the rebound. 5:50 left, 44-41 the lead for Washington State. Morakotete hands it off to Tadair. Tadair circling around the perimeter on the right side. Comes back to the top of the key. Dishes inside on the pick and roll to Morakotete. And one for the Washington State Cougars.
Oh, and the big stomp after that one. She loves it.
The 6'3" Rwandan showing her energy. As the Colorado Buffaloes make a couple of substitutions here to match the size, as Von Lay, the main factor in this game in the paint, who has matched Morakotete's energy, checks back in. She has a game-high 16 points right now. Von Lay does. But Morakotete misses the three-point attempt. But Washington State still up by 5.5 left. Jalen Sherrod back into the game after a quick intermission, as well as Tayana Jones back in. As Weta gets the ball in the corner, gets it to Sherrod, driving in, double team, kicks it out to Weta. Weta under 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Drives baseline, settles, kicks it out to Foreman, running three. Off the front of the rim and over the top. It's rebounded by Morakotete. Gets it out to Hina up the court. Here on the near side, it's Wallach. We go under 5 minutes left in this semifinal matchup. Dish inside from Morakotete, tries to get it into Wallach, and she's fouled by the undersized Sherrod trying to come up with the block as she picks up her third personal foul. And we will take a timeout and step aside in this one. Washington State getting some energy down the stretch here. 46-41 they lead. We'll be back here on Blaze Radio on the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament from Las Vegas, Nevada. The Washington State Cougars lead by 5. Just under 5 minutes to go here at the Pac-12 Women's Basketball Tournament semifinal matchup. Colorado has found their way to try and get back into it, although an off-shooting performance in which they've shot just 29% from the field. Rather the three-point line, but at the line for the Cougars is Tara Wallach, who knocks down the first roll in that one through. Washington State, as Wallach puts the second through, adds to a 7-0 run, trying to regain their separation that they once had at 16. Jalen Sherrod looking to play a factor in stopping that. At the top of the key, guarded by Tuhina. Over to the far side where Foreman has it. Back up the top to Sadler, guarded by Motuga. Over to Foreman, another triple, that one off the front of the iron, and rebounded by the hands of Johanna Tadair. Gives it up to Tahina. Tahina over to Morakotete. Over to Wallach. Wallach comes off the screen from Morakotete. Gives it up to Tadair. Tadair off the screen from Morakotete, pick and roll, drive to the hoop and lays it home. Bella Morakotete coming through down the stretch for the Washington State Cougars. She's up to double digits with 12 points on the night. Jalen Sherrod taking it up, hesitates, drives to the rack, hesitation, lays it home. Buffaloes trail by 7, under 4 minutes left. Tuhina guarded by Weta, works around, gives it over to Wallach on the far side. Wallach back to Tadair at the top of the key. Over on the right side of the perimeter to Tuhina. In the corner to Wallach, near side. Throwing up at the top, Motuga. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Into Morakotete, but denied by Von Lay. Out to Tohuga though, who gets the critical shot from the corner.
Yeah, and Colorado thought they'd come over the stop there. They got the block and they fell right into her hand. She knocks down the triple.
A block by Von Lay, kicked out to Motuga, who hits the big shot. And Motuga coming up with the steal on the other end against the Buffaloes, as Washington State now leads by double digits once more. 53-43, 3 minutes left as they seek to punch their ticket to their first ever Pac-12 tournament championship.